What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Foxhound Finance, where we break down the markets, analyze key moves, and help you stay ahead of the game using technical analysis. Please understand that I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. All right, guys, it's been quite some time since I updated, about 10 days, nothing big, but still not a lot of price action going on. We are essentially trading sideways with really small progressions, and I already told you in previous videos and streams that I'm not going to post unless I absolutely feel that there is some kind of substance to these movements and they are trading outside of the ranges that I've already shared with you, okay? And we have massive updates across the board to share with you from a structure standpoint for our plays, and also just major catalysts going on, lots of news going on, earnings reports, all kinds of stuff going on, guys. So we're going to talk about SPY, AMC, RIVN, NIO, and Doge today, as we always do, okay, focusing on the core plays. And we're going to start off real quick with the SPY, okay? And I'll make this real quick for the broader market because it is important for our plays to see where the whole market is going, okay, and how that is going to impact us on the upside. So looking at the structure, okay, this line that I told you, this ascending trend line, I said we wanted to get above this, and once we get above this with strength, right, like you've done this already here with this 534 level, and now we're kind of playing around here trying to really hold this as a support now. Once you do that and you don't get these little breakthroughs and you really close on this thing and get a candle close above this, guys, this thing's gone. The whole market's gone. And looking at your EMAs, it's telling the whole story with the 20 now curling up. It is about to cross the cluster here of the other EMAs, the 50. The 200 is smack dab in the middle, and then your 100 EMA is sitting on top of the 200. When the 20 crosses over these EMAs, guys, this thing is going to trigger a huge upside move, just like when the 20-day comes crashing down below all of these, how you had the downward price action. We're now going to see that to the upside, okay? So EMAs are in position. They look phenomenal. RSI down here at 57, okay? We still have a ton of gas here to run to the upside, okay? And even if you melt up here and, I don't know, maybe you get up to like 600 or something and it comes down, I'm expecting at that point for at least the broader market to have like a stair-stepping effect, okay? So no big deal. It's going to have to cool off at some point with the RSI. But like even back here, guys, you could see how RSI came up to overbought, came down, back up to overbought, came down, took a little breather, back up to overbought, extreme overbought territory, really. So we might get something like this, guys, like a nice stair-step action similar to this fractal move back here, okay? So keep your eyes on that, on the RSI, and looking at the MACD. You can already see MACD cross the signal line, and it's headed straight up, basically vertical. Bullish momentum still holding right here, guys, and it's still heading upward. So I don't even see this coming down yet. It's not even curling down. So we're not even at the point yet where this needs to take a breather. So that looks incredible. And then looking at the Ichimoku cloud, you're getting slight green cloud formation with your leading A line crossing the B line. I told you guys that when this green line crosses the red to the upside like this, you're going to generate a green cloud. And that basically means bullish momentum is forming and you're about to see some crazy price action to the upside. You also had price action cross over all of your conversion lines, your baseline, and not only that, but the conversion line crossed over the baseline and is now about to head past the cloud damn near. And then your price action is just smack dab under the cloud. When the price action gets above the red cloud, guys, that's going to pull the leading A, and you're going to have a crazy green cloud forming, and then it's just off to the races, in my opinion, okay? So I think that is it, guys, for the SPY. It's an incredible position. I cannot complain. It looks really good. And now we're going to jump into AMC, okay? All right, first things first with AMC, the earnings report. Now, I just checked, and they do not have the updated numbers here, but from what I saw, it was about, negative $200 million loss for Q1 of 2025. It was ugly, and we kind of felt like that was going to happen based on what the box office looked like. And so looking at the numbers, I told you guys I didn't want to really see this again. And if I did, I said this has got to be the last time that we see a $200 million loss, because with the update that he had in the earnings report, we are sitting at about $385 million in cash in the bank. to sort of offset any cash burn. I said, basically, if we see any cash burn, we want to see numbers like this. Okay. Negative 20 mil, negative 30 mil, not a big deal. Okay. But these numbers here, we can't keep seeing this. Okay. So this for 2025, I do expect to be the case. I don't think you're going to lose $200 million in Q2. I can tell you that right now, because looking at the numbers, I'm going to switch screens real quick here. I'm going to bring you over to not the X, but the box office mojo. Looking at the numbers from 2024, guys. Okay. For 2024 Q2, we made a total of 1.9 billion. Okay. We are already sitting at 1,068,000,000 right now. I'm telling you right now, this Q2 is going to be huge. This is April through June, by the way. Okay. And we look here, look at by quarter to date. The same time last year, guys, the same time last year, 2024 to now, look at the difference. As Adam Aaron said, it has doubled. The total gross has doubled, okay, for quarter to date. We're not even done with Q2. This has got May and all of June to accumulate big numbers. And I'm telling you, I think we're going to set a record. I think that Q2 is going to set a new record because I don't see how, guys. I just don't see like where the challenge is to break that number. You know what I'm saying? 1.1 billion, 1.3 billion, same time last year. Like, we're already surpassing pretty much all these numbers. I think when we start to see the end of May come to a close, like, I think we're going to see Q2 be basically a new Q2 record or close to it. And that's going to make us positive, I think. I think Q2 could be the quarter where AMC does see a net positive result. Okay, so looking at the box office and those numbers looks very good to me. And now we're going to go back into the setup here. Okay, let me swap back out to the charts. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Looking at our setup, nothing has changed. Like, this thing has gone sideways, back and forth, just choppiness, right? And then everyone's going, oh, this is boring. Yes, that's a good thing, though. We want to see this because it's basically telling you right now that after the tariff scare crap right here, guys, and how it reversed, came down a little bit and just went sideways, this is the platform. This is the platform that we've been talking about. Now, we've talked about potential M pattern in here, right? We could see that where it comes back up to this level right here, this $3, comes up to $3, could come back down, and then boom off that. That could be a scenario. Or this thing could just start trickling upward now, because with the way the Q2 looks, guys, and the numbers, I know big money is calculating that. And I'm telling you right now, if that continues for Q2, 3, 4 for the rest of 2025, there's no reason for the stock to be here anymore. Okay. Especially if you still have the 380 million in cash on hand for next quarter, and then you're making a profit, even if it's like a small profit, like $50 million or something. That's just money added to the bank there. Okay. So that is huge. So structurally, going sideways, basically, nothing's changed there. EMAs, this is very, very good. Very, very good right here. Again, still clustered up. EMA for the 200 is down to 433, and we're sitting at 273 right now, guys, right at market close. Just closing under the 20-day moving average, or EMA, I should say, exponential moving average. And when price starts to really cook above this 20, guys, it's going to cause that to curl up, just like you saw with the SPY and what I'll show you with the other plays today. But when that curls up, it's going to take the 20 over the 50, 100, and then 200's right there. They're all close. So when they all cross over, guys, chain reaction, and that means to the upside, price action-wise, okay, in a very, very bullish ways. So EMAs looking good. Looking at your MACD, this is also looking good. Okay, we have the MACD line now above the signal line, and you have slight bullish momentum coming in. I want to see this, really start to stack, and I think it will. I just think it's going to happen very rapidly. I don't think it's going to be like a nice slow buildup. I've told you guys that before in prior videos, previous streams, that I think this is going to be like a rubber band snap kind of move, guys. I don't think they're going to give you a lot of time to prepare for this. So MACD, looking in position, looking at the RSI, I'm telling you right now, tons of room. 46, basically 47 on the RSI, guys. You're smack dab just under the middle of the range here for RSI. This is giving us a lot of room to run, and you've already been, look at this, oversold, 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 oversold 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I think it's time for us to jump up to this overbought zone, and I think you're going to get yourself some kind of impulse move to the upside there. And where those targets lie, who knows, but we have at least them in the pecking order as to where we think they can go. So RSI, beautiful. All right, that all looks good. And then over here to the side, I've left these up. The catalyst here. So we had the AMC earnings, nothing burger. Didn't really get anything out of that, other than the box office numbers that we know of now for Q2, which look incredible, but nothing really reactive there. Nothing reactive to the downside or the upside. Again, sideways. And usually on these earnings, guys, we see, we've seen a lot of downside in the last couple of them, for the most part. But FOMC meeting, they didn't cut rates. Flat pancake, basically no big reaction there. But what's really been going on, we have CPI data coming up next week for the inflation report. The last one that we got 2.4%, but the CPI data next week will be dropped. And also we got tons of trade deals going on, and I will swap screens again here because I want you guys to see this stuff. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. The amount of catalysts that we have that are bullish right now. I mean, it's like unstoppable stuff, in my opinion. Let me see. There we go. I think we're good. Going back down. Oop. Okay. So right here is what I'm really focused on. Yes, we have the China deal being worked out. And again, we're going back to May 6th here. But like looking at the Trump announcement right here, very big announcement, and it's really positive. One of the most important announcements in many years. He says, big announcement to make, not about trade, but something else. But it's going to be a truly earth-shattering and a positive development for this country and for the people of this country. That's a big deal, okay? He's not yet. I don't think we're there yet, guys. I don't think they announced it yet, but I think over this weekend, we're going to figure out what that is. And then, again, I'll talk about the RIVN earnings as well. But really, look at this. I mean, United States and Saudi Arabia preparing to finalize new mining and minerals deal. I mean, these are just, it's just one after another. There's just too much news, guys, to even go over in one video, but like, we'll go over in a live stream, but I'm giving you the highlights. Like, look at this. You better go out and buy stocks now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. I mean, the last time he said that, we had a 50-point run up in the market. You know what I mean? So whatever he's got cooking, guys, over the weekend and going into the early parts of the week, it's just, to me, guys, it's signaling like we're there. We already survived the knife. And the only other scenario I have in my head is that we're going to boom. That's my opinion, not financial advice, but based on what I'm seeing with the news and the charts combined, okay, it's just looking ridiculous, okay? We are going to see some ridiculous price action, I think. Even here, U.S. weighs plan to decrease China tariffs to as low as 50%, down from 145% as soon as next week. This was May 8th. This was just yesterday. And again, we see crypto booming. We see the Treasury Secretary, this is from May 7th, Bezin says, we believe the U.S. should be the premier destination for digital assets. Just one thing after another. We've got this goofy guy screaming, fuck my boss. And he's like, this is just a meme video I loved. But guys, just tons. Like, China should open up its market to U.S. would be so good for them. Closed markets don't work. This was just, 8 hours ago today. Costs are down, no inflation, very different from what the Fed and fake news media were hoping for. So he's saying that basically they're trying to make everything look bad when in reality it's not. I mean, we're going to see the CPI data, like I said, next week, guys, but there's just, tons. Like, I could just sit here for hours just baking over this stuff. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, which direction are we going? I mean, what does it tell you here? 24 more trade deals are close to being resolved. China tariffs are about to unleash a supply shock. Here's your negative, scary news, right? They're trying to still keep people on their toes and afraid while all this bullish shit's happening. It's nuts, guys. We got the Treasury right here. They're buying more bonds. It's just, to me, guys, everything in the news, this was what I wanted to scroll through and share with you, because it's just too much to even go one by one and break down. But to me, it looks incredible. I mean, that's enough right there, I think, for catalysts outside of the little ones here that I already listed. So if you weren't bullish before, I don't know what it's going to take for you to be bullish, because this is, to me, guys, everything's flattened out. Inflation's coming down. We have reports coming out next week. We have deals being made over this weekend, the UK deal and everything that already just went down. Guys, this is to me a done deal. I mean, I feel like we're seeing the bottom for the last time and for quite some time. Okay. So AMC looking incredible. And again, price target wise, guys, I am seeing these right here still. Nothing's changed here. The $12 top move potentially. The $14 last little speck of dirt right here holding us back. And I've showed you the box, the visual box from here all the way in the zone. When we get out of there, guys, I think it's off to the races vertically. You have $22 in the no man's land zone, somewhere in a gap, maybe getting caught in between the gap here, maybe I could see. But honestly, guys, I think after 22 bucks, if you're like holding this and still shredding, you're going to go into this between what, 48, I don't know, 48 and $55 zone. I mean, that's what I'm seeing, guys, based on the setup here and the weakness on the side. Barring no catastrophic events. I mean, and then your super duper squeeze target, I guess, could be 110, right? Repeating the exact level and height of the move in January of 2021. Okay. That's what I'm seeing for AMC, guys. It looks incredible. Not much more to see with this one. And next week, again, is starting to look really good. I think we're starting to see things creep towards the upside until we get that flash snap move. Okay. So looking really good. And I think it's time to leave the pancake zone here. Okay. Absolutely on fire, even though it's sideways. I know. Looking at Doge here. Okay, let's look at the setup and the repeating fractal. It looks to me that like right here, where I've drawn these two little circles, I think this zone here was like a repeating fractal right here, leading up to this ginormous big move. Here's the thing. This, to me, guys, is now moving at an accelerated rate. Okay, look at this. I mean, this thing is already booming through this level. And you want to know something? This level and this level basically being the same height is essentially here, is what I'm looking at. It's almost like this is this move here is being like condensed and like cut in half. And I told you about this in the live stream that you could essentially cut this consolidation part here out and you could start getting the move upward. Okay. It almost looks like this is where we really are right here. This line, if I scrunched it over, it's almost like this is where we're at. I still want to see like what happens with the price action and how far we come down on some of these drops, because even when you got up to here, you see the pullbacks. But if we're going to see a pullback like this, and then we're just going to get this melt up now, that's incredible, guys. That means like May, June, the whole summer, guys, is going to be just nothing but rippage to the upside. So that's what I wanted to show you with the fractal repeating. I mean, look at this. It's already hitting the level. It hit, what, 21 cents today? Something like that. Almost 22 cents, guys. So hit the level, and we're like wicking down right now, just holding this zone. So I want to see what happens over the weekend with this price action. If we hold this or come back down maybe to the blue line here at 17.8, maybe 18 cents. But my God, this looks good. I mean, I can't even be upset with the way that this is moving and progressing. And looking at your EMAs real quick. Let's see here. All right. I got a lot of lines in the way here, so you guys have to bear with me because I don't want to move the pattern. But look at this. Again, 5-day, we already talked about that. That one moved up pretty quickly. The 20 days now curling up. And you can see, guys, in here, your blue line, your 20-day, is now heading up over the 50. And the 100's right up here at the 20-cent mark. And you are already having price action trade right in that range of the 100 and 200. And the 20-day is starting to catch up now. When it crosses over those, what did I tell you before in the other plays? Chain reaction, it's going to be explosive to the upside, without a doubt. I'm telling you, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so EMAs, check, look beautiful. RSI, looking at this one, already at over near overbought territory. Now you could really exceed it and go like this and start cooking, right? You could get a pattern back here like this where you start to go, you know, overbought, drop, overbought, drop, overbought, and you had a crazy overbought zone here that held for quite some time, and then you had the crash down, the fallout, okay, that followed. So what am I seeing with this? If you go crazy overbought, then you know what, we're going to keep ripping. But I'm almost expecting that, hey, maybe we get like, again, like a stair step type of move for this until it's ready to really go on its run. Maybe it cools off the RSI just enough, maybe around like, you know, 55, 60 before really starting to smoke this thing to the upside, right? And start going impulsive with it. But again, looks to me like it's happening faster. So again, I told you guys, like stretching this out, it would be like what? A peak in July or something. No, not even. It would be a peak in August. I said like stretched it out, repeating the same fractal with the same speed, and it's already accelerating. Okay, with this guy coming out, talking about crypto in such a bullish way, and how we want to adopt it and be like the founders essentially, and the main whole, like all this talk, like it doesn't make sense for this to be just crashy to me. So we might be seeing an accelerated fractal sequence replay out here. Okay, so RSI looking good. MACD. Let's look at this real quick for Doge. Already you can see it here. MACD crossed over the signal line, has been holding over the signal line, and look at this. Bullish momentum starting to come in, but we're already seeing crazy price action to the upside, like these boom candles right here. I know it doesn't look crazy like these ones yet, but guys, we're right there. So I mean, MACD's in position. That looks super good. Looking at the Ichimoku cloud, I love this. Look at this. Ichimoku cloud looks amazing. Look at the green cloud now forming. You crossed over, leading A line is over the B line, and this thing is about to take off. It's already, you're already seeing it right here, and it's trading above the red cloud. I told you that if you get price action above the whole cloud itself right here, not just a conversion line, not just a baseline, but when you get price action over the whole cloud, this thing is going to start turning up if it holds. If price action holds above this and we start stacking candles, you're going to see crazy momentum start triggering. Okay, so Ichimoku cloud looking very good. And not only that, but the Bollinger Bands, like the Bollinger Bands right here, look at this. Price action is sitting right above the Bollinger Band, essentially basically splitting it, getting split in half by the upper band here. Okay, so not totally like exploding out and like sitting on top of it, but if the next candle comes in, guys, heavy, I mean, you're going to be above the top band of the Bollinger Band there too, and that's going to open them up, and this thing could just start going, okay, on a tear. So all of those indicators look absolutely beautiful, and I already told you what price targets I'm seeing, guys. Here they all are. These are the levels in red that we want to get above, okay, in the short term. And then after that, if you're looking at the long-term play here, like these are doubling every single time, guys. These tops have been doubling in price, okay, from what, 23, you got 48, you didn't get 46, you got 2 extra cents more, but nonetheless, it doubled. And so my price targets remain the same. These levels here, you're talking about getting up to the top of the range, minimum 43 cents, maybe back here for double top at 48 cents. But after this one, guys, if you start to soar past 48 cents and you don't stop at the previous all-time high, which was 74 cents, if you don't stop here, then you're going to 97 cents to $1. That's my opinion based on what I'm seeing in the fractal sequence replaying out again. Okay, so it looks incredible to me. So with that being said, we got the price moves, we got the price targets, everything looks good historically, guys, and that is it for Doge. Nothing else to see there. Rivian, in a nutshell, smashed earnings. I'm not going to go super duper deep in depth. Maybe we'll go over it in the live stream, but guys, they absolutely knocked it out of the park. Okay, crushed it across the board in every metric. Just everything you want to see happening, guys, is happening with this. So earnings report was insane. You can go look it up. I just had some of the numbers up in my feed there, but I already know this video is going to be longer today, so I don't want to go too deep with it. But nonetheless, looks good, and we don't even need to see the earnings report, guys, to know, based on my structure that I have created here, that this thing is super bullish. Look at the price action now peaking out of our range here. We told you guys many times before that when you break out of this entire structure and channel, this price action is going to start exploding in an impulsive way, and you're already seeing that it's poking out. And I'll go over A option and B option as to what could happen next. Okay, and that is going to look like basically you will see the next candle come in, and it'll be a very, very strong candle. You're sitting at $14.26, okay? And I think my cost average is around $11 flat on this play. I'm at about $11 flat, so I'm in the positive as it is. But I think that you're going to see an even larger move when you actually confirm the breakout here. So we need to see this confirm. So when the next candle comes in, and we close fully above this line, we may come back down to test it real quick. We could even see candles stacking on the line, depending on the overall readiness of the broader market to move upward and to bring everything else up with it. But nonetheless, we're sitting right here in the breakout zone, guys. I told you, if we don't get that confirmation and test, right, and then start to soar up this channel up to the $28 zone, then we'll probably see something like this, and I think it'll be short-lived, where you'll have one last pullback down to the green line here at pretty much where my entry point is about 1086, $11. Probably come back down to that one last time, and then I think you'll just rip right through this. Like if you get something like this where it comes up and then it just is weak and it comes back down, you know, again, it's still going to be in our time frame though of the summer, and I already told you this, right? For the entire summer, May, June, and July, August, guys, these 4 months is just to me like as far as it can go. But if this is ready to go down, the market is on an accelerated like sequence, then you know you're breaking out of this channel. That's it. That's the bottom line. Earnings great, setup looking great. EMA wise, looking at our technicals, look at the cluster of the bands. I don't even have to say anything about this. You just see it. 20 days already crossing over to 50, 100, and 200. And the price action is sitting above all 4 EMAs. That is super bullish, guys. You just can't get a better setup than this entire structure. I will not be surprised if this explodes up out of here and is gone. I'm telling you right now, with this setup right here, technically, it's ridiculous. Again, that's the theme of the video today, is absolute ridiculousness. You know what I mean? Like Rob Drydeck, it's like the show, you know, ridiculousness. This is fucking the stock version. EMA's beautiful. RSI heading towards overbought territory. So this is the part where it could get a little tricky, and you could get that, you know, pull back down. Hell, you might not even have to come back down and fully test this green line on the bottom here, guys. But you could do something like this where you maybe come down and float in the middle here, maybe back to this level even. Like maybe you come back to the 13.50, $13. You come back down and it loops in. Maybe it's something like this that comes up, tests, and then goes. You might not even have to come back down here. So even with the RSI kind of nearing up that like overbought zone, you're technically what, right back in this same area right here, and you could get something like that. See, it could pull back, and then boom, you could get the first push, drop back, and then the second push, and then we'll see where that leaves us, right? If we actually get up the full channel or not. Nonetheless, though, RSI looks incredible. I can't be more happy with where that's positioned. The MACD, looking at this, bullish. I mean, just bullish volume coming in. MACD's over the signal line, still heading upward. Doesn't seem like it's showing any signs of curling down just yet and crossing to the downside. So with that in position, guys, the RSI, the EMA's in position, I just cannot imagine this not breaking the structure, okay, that I'm seeing right now that I have drawn up. So RSI, MACD, and lastly, looking at the Ichimoku cloud, it is generating a green cloud, guys. That is 4 different indicators that I just showed you guys that this thing is absolutely on fire. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, just with the indicators in my structure alone and it breaking out the channel and just sitting right here, I'm telling you guys, this looks ridiculous. I just can't keep saying it more. There's nothing else more that I can even say. I don't even know if I can make a bearish case on this shit right now. You know what I mean? Based on what I'm seeing on these indicators. So Ichimoku cloud looks great. And lastly, guys, we want to talk about the overall price action and targets that we're going to see if we break out the channel. We break out the channel, guys, to the upside. Minimum, you're going to keep coming up to these levels right here, my yellow arrows. If you don't get like a crazy impulse one and just take it all in one shot. To start this off, I would imagine you'll start taking these, okay, and working your way up to the top of the channel. When you get to the top of the channel, what I imagine will happen is essentially you will have a situation like this where maybe this becomes the new support, and then you'll start working your way up. So like if we break up out of here, guys, and we're chopping like all the way up to this level and have some kind of pullback, I think you'll just essentially accelerate to the upside. Similar to what this looks like over here. If I pull the weekly up, I think that like once you get up to this area, this $41, these are the levels that you're going to tackle. And I think it'll look something very similar where I think one of our members, Truth, we talked about this on the live stream, where this is kind of like a shoulder here, and then you have this flat, and then maybe you'll get another shoulder, and it'll be like a, you know, super flat looking inverse head and shoulders, and then this will just start to climb, accelerated to the upside, just like this. Okay, very needle-like fashion with very, very quick pullbacks, but just the overall progression to the upside. Okay, that is what I'm seeing for Rivian. And lastly, guys, I know this one's long, but I wanted to break this all down. NIO repeating the same fractal from 2018, guys. Absolutely crazy. And it is breaking out to the side. Okay. We do have a structure break. It is happening to the side. Originally, I kind of had the trend lines kind of spaced out and not super connected to the price action just to keep it a little looser. But the fact that this price action is this tight now in here and everything's cleaner, seeing this break to the side here of the channel tells me like you're holding the platform, which that support is very, very strong. And there's really nowhere else to go, being down, what, 95%, but to the upside. So look at this. You broke out, and now you're like, what, testing this little platform here? So this is kind of like your confirmation. If you don't break this green line, guys, and come back down underneath this channel, then this thing is gone. I'm telling you, you're going to start to see NIO really accelerating. And I know there's a lot of people who are bearish on it and like hating on it, but I'm telling you right now, a stock like this that's down to like $3, $4 zone from its all-time high of $67 and is repeating a similar fractal sequence when you look at it side by side, and it is now breaking out of this channel that has been a downward channel for a year and a half, 2 years. You're telling me you're bearish on this. I really would need to see this come back down here, guys, to what, negatives? Like, where's it going to go? I guess you could come back to these levels way back here, but it would not make sense from the fractal sense for that to happen. As you could see here, it went to the upside. It never broke down here and then went up. So I would not expect it to break down here and then go up, especially when NIO has improved overall, as I've argued many times. So structurally, looks very good. Now let's look at the EMAs real quick, and then we'll be able to close this thing out, guys. EMAs, look at them, clustered right up. I don't know how people can tell me that this is going to crash any further than it has already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see it. So looking at the 20, yes, kind of flatter looking. This is on the weekly. Whoops. Look at the 20 here. Starting to curl up right here. You're getting a little bit of a curl up. If the price action can stay above the 20 and then start to really increase over these levels, guys, it's going to cross over. You're going to have the chain reaction. You're going to have a domino effect with the price action, and this thing's gone. Your 200 EMA on the daily is at 463. It's like trying to compete with AMC. And then your 100s, 420. I mean, it's right here, guys. You're talking about being like 70 cents away from the 200. And the same rules apply. When this 20 crosses up over these guys, and then at 50 and 100 cross over the 200, the momentum is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be insane. You're going to see this price action explode to the upside. So I don't know. That's just me. That's my opinion. Again, I'm sticking in this thing. I think that this is ready to rock and roll all through the summer. I think you're going to see that progression. And I'm telling you right now, if you do get a repeat, guys, that you got back in the 2018 fractal, where this thing snapped and just started ripping to the upside like this, you're getting an overall move like, I don't know, like 17x from here or something like that to $80. I think if it repeated the full fractal sequence of like where this was here and same here, I think when I ran it through GPT, the projected numbers were like $160 or something ridiculous, okay, for a new top. But I was just saying that, like, from the breakout point, if it copied a 17x move, that you would get $84. But even if you got this again to $66 from the current zone, if that was like the potential of this move, you're crazy to not think that this could be, you know, something with a super return. I mean, come on, what is that? Again, 17x. You know, 17x your money potentially. Okay, if it repeats the sequence. Okay, not 100% sold on it yet. I like to focus on the structure part first. And again, as you could see here, when it got up to this top of its channel here, it just kept melting up. Okay. So who knows? I mean, maybe, you know, what did Trump just say, right? If China opens up the markets and stuff like that, would that pump more money overall into all the stocks, more so than what we have access to already? Would that affect them? I mean, who knows, guys? I don't know the real technicals behind all that. But there's just so many deals happening, so many catalysts happening. And again, anything with the tariff stuff, I think, is going to send all these to the moon. I mean, that's just what I'm seeing on paper and through the structures. So NIO looking really good with the EMAs, the RSI, pretty neutral. Let me see. This is on the weekly. I got to make sure I swap back. Yep, still right there, neutral 50. This, to me, guys, it has so much room to run, and I think you're going to start seeing NIO take off. I won't be surprised if NIO and RIVN start leading the way out of all of our core plays and start melting up, maybe even before AMC and GME. I won't even be surprised. Or shit, they might just go off all at once for all we know. But again, look at the RSI 50, right exactly where you would want to see it, guys, in terms of having gas in the tank for an upside move. And then lastly, guys, looking at the MACD, when I looked at this prior, crossed over the signal line, you do have the bullish momentum here. It kind of is fading a little bit, but nonetheless, I think there was a point in time where a lot of our plays kind of went flat, just like AMC kind of went flat, to kind of cool off. And it's like sideways movement or downward movement is the only way you're probably going to cool off on the RSIs. And even with like the MACD here, until it like really flips red like this, I think we're good as long as the MACD doesn't cross back down over the signal line like you see happening here, right? When you see stuff like this and it crosses down, you're getting the big price action down over time like that. But to me, guys, I think where it's positioned, it's ready to pop. There's no reason why I would say with all the bullish news happening and, you know, people trying to get scared out of their positions with the whole tariff crash or whatever, that this would have more downside. You know what I'm saying? You get a double crash. It'd be like super, you know, celebratory for the bears to have 2 crashes like back to back like that. That shit would be unprecedented to me. So that is all I have today. Everything that we've been talking about, guys, is on point. All of our charting, our structures, our technicals, everything that we've been looking at, guys, is absolutely on fire. So I could not be more happy with the progression of this overall market. Even though we had like a good, you know, like I said, 5-6, you know, days where it was very boring. It was kind of slow progression, but I think we're at the point now where we're at that breakout stage, based on everything that's coming down the pipeline in terms of the negotiations with all these countries and everything else in between. Okay, so I will keep you guys up to date. I will try to live stream on Saturday. It might be later. But now that we are entering this phase, I'm hoping that we see continuation for all of these moves. And then we are actually in that phase of just like going to the upside consistently with very small pullbacks. So I'll try to keep you guys more up to date going forward. Again, if we're flat, I'm not going to upload. Okay, just to be frank with you, I'm not going to fluff information, but there was a lot to cover today. So this is why this is probably gonna be my longest video that you'll ever see me upload. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. If anybody is new, man, make sure to subscribe because we are right there, I think, for all of these guys. We're right there about to see everything that we have invested in, put our money in, now start to see the profits, in my opinion. So good work by you guys. Very strong resilience, you know, staying in keeping your head in the game, keeping focused, and just learning. You know, that's all you can do, you know, even if it was painful at times, you guys got to this moment. So, you know, congratulations. I think we're about to freaking take off here. This summer is going to be very fun, I think, for the next, like I said, 3-4 months, guys. It's going to be nuts. So I'll keep you up to date as much as I can with any significant moves, especially on the weekend. Maybe, like I said, I'll even post on the channel. All right, guys, take care. I will see you in the next one.